Hey, good people. So I made a Facebook post this morning and it said people with rich mindsets are buying real estate right now. Poor people are buying tissue paper, right? And so I got a really good response from a young lady that pretty much sparked my desire to make this video because I know that so many people have that same mindset. Well, they will make excuses as to why they don't start something, they don't pursue something, or they don't take advantage of opportunities that are out there, right? So I wanted to do this video and see if I can't shed some light. I would love for more people to just step into fear, to just do the thing, scared, afraid, whatever it might be, because you never know what's on the other side of fear. And I say, things that are high risk, especially doing, while you're young, before your 30s, because if it ifs up, you got time to just rebuild, and you're not truly affected. Once you get a little bit older and you've acquired certain things, your risk is greater. But while you're young and you're still building, try every freaking thing that you can. But anyway, if it fails, it just does. But anyway, so back to the whole point of her response to my people with rich mindsets are buying real estate right now and poor people buying toilet paper. And her response was, they are buying what they can afford. I'm just saying, explanation mark. If you're poor, how can you buy real estate? And I wanted to say, I'm so glad you asked, because here's the truth, y'all. When I did my first few deals, okay, I was broke. I didn't have the credit. Um, but here's the thing. I don't have a poor mindset. And I feel like, broke might be just a status. That's what where I am right now. But poor to me is a complete mindset. And so you have to drop that stinking thinking to really be able to make moves in life, y'all. So, again, broke is a current situation. Poor is a mindset. So each time that I got into a deal, my first few deals, I was broke. I was broke, like bankruptcy broke. There were times that I didn't have gas in my house. For years. I didn't have gas because I couldn't afford it. I didn't have cable because guess what? Now it's time to prioritize. I can't have all these other luxuries, and I don't even know, where my food's coming from, how I'm gonna pay my bills. My mortgage is behind. So, but her comment again, I'm just saying, what does it say? If you're poor, how can you buy real estate? Guess what? You, if you have the motivation to go out here and find the deals, there are so many people out here that if you brought a great deal to them, guess what they're going to do? They're going to purchase it. They don't care who it's from, right? And so those are opportunities that you can position yourself in the deal with no money, no credit, or if you're in a position that you do have credit and you can go out and find a money partner. This is what I explained is you can find somebody else. Hey, I got good credit, but I don't have the income to do this. So can we partner on these deals? Or vice versa. Or maybe you're in the situation that I was in as a whole. If you just filed bankruptcy, you don't, or if you, I'm literally in a position where I'm about to foreclose on my house, so I don't have credit, nor do I have money. If I've had $5, I was lucky. Um, and so, matter of fact, during that time, I also seen another opportunity and I started a business during this time. I was completely broke. A great thing Vistaprint had, like free business cards and free flyers and stuff like that. So I could afford to get those things to get my business um, up and running somewhat, or at least look like I was up and running. But there's so many things that you can do, guys. I was literally at my wits' end. It was a recession during the time that I started hopping into this real estate investment game. I just literally made a decision. I was depressed, and you never know who you're going to get that motivation from. And it was an old friend that I hadn't seen in so long, and she inspired me, in a few ways. I didn't per se um, care for the type of business that she was in, but she was just a motivation to me. And, I did not know that I would have gotten what I needed from her. That kind of sparked me out, took me out of that depressed mode that I was in. But I made a decision that day to say, guess what? Okay, there's a recession, but I don't have to participate in this, right? So I got up, I went out, and I went to look at property. Just drove around, and I was in a subdivision, and somebody said, hey, are you an agent? Can you open this door for me? And things started to turn around for me at that point, right? And I had been studying how to do tax sales. Don't know, didn't have no clue how it was gonna work. And I was out showing rentals because it got really bad, and I resorted to, hey, anything that could bring me, it didn't matter, just a couple dollars in, because on rental properties as agents, we maybe make anywhere from, you can make as little as $100. So you're getting referral fees off of it. And I didn't per se have the gas to do any of this type of work, but you try to figure out and do what you can. And I met a man that owned a property that I was showing. He was a landlord, and I started talking to him about tax sales and what I knew, sharing my knowledge. I didn't have the experience, but again, I had been on the computer looking at all kind of states, and for a few years, met this man, and guess what? He was retired. He also took an interest in real estate, and I sound like I knew what I was doing, right? Okay, I had done enough research that he believed in what it was that I had to offer. I had the real estate experience. I had been researching tax sales, and he had the money. He was retired, looking for something to do, and guess what? I got the knowledge. And so we ended up being in a 50-50 partnership. And that's what I tell people. And I didn't have a dime, didn't put in a dime. Again, when I was poor, I was rich and ambitious. So I was willing to get out there and do the work, right? Do the research, bring something to the table, and be of value to somebody else. And, there are so many ways. And then just to answer, I think I also answer her question this way as well. Again, that's me. No money in the game, right? None. Another way that you can do this too, there's so many, you can look at the foreclosure list. There's people that's losing, there's people in a distress situation. All this stuff is public knowledge. This is public record. You make a deal with somebody, you can get that property under contract. You don't have a dime in the deal, and you go out there and you do your research and you find cash buyers to assign that contract to cash, and you assign that contract to them, let's say for $5,000, right? $10,000. I mean, assignments you can make all kind of money, as little or as much as the deal allows, and get money up that way. But I'm just giving you guys, don't think that there is one way to skin a cat. It's just like everybody going to school, and you just automatically think you got to have student loan debt, and there's schools out there that you can cash flow this thing, but because everybody does it a particular way, you feel like that's the way that you have to move. So I'm just saying, trust and verify. Start doing a little bit of research, y'all. There are so many different ways in this life to do things, but we'll make excuses that will keep us stagnant, that will keep us paralyzed and in the position that we're always in. Honestly, I'm gonna read you some of these comments, but that was my first response. And so then she came back, well, hey, all those ideas sound good right now, but a lot of people are scared. So, so are we talking about check-to-check poor or living under the bridge poor? Because poor people don't usually have good credit or access to Google. I didn't have either. I didn't have good credit. I didn't have money. And I might as well have been under the bridge, right? And if I was under the bridge, I still would have moved how I moved. We have libraries. You can go to the library, right? Those people could have went to a library and used their internet and Googled and found out the information that they needed. So again, you can throw out excuses, but for every excuse, there is a remedy. There is a way to get around that. There is something other than what you think you can do that can be done to eliminate that excuse. And so, I'm just not of that mindset. I'm solution oriented. And so, my response to that is say, hey, we're talking about, the poor that I described in the previous comment, which what I just mentioned. I didn't have any of that. I didn't have nothing that she mentioned did I have. I mean, I literally, again, when I made that decision to just say, hey, I'm not participating in this recession, I knew that somebody out here is making money, and I need to know where they are and what they are doing, right? So I kid you not, y'all. I mean, it was days that I needed to go out and show property, and I didn't have enough gas to go do that. And it's crazy how the universe works, because I remember getting a call from one of my friends, and actually he came over to my birthday party the other day, and we talked about it once again. But my guy friend Robert was a blessing. I got in my car and I said, if I go to these people's to show this property, I might not be able to make it home. I kid you not. And my phone rang, and my friend said, hey, I'm over here at this such and such. Come and get your tank filled up. I'm sorry. And so I rode over to get my tank filled, and I was able to go do the things that I needed to do. And that's how bad things got, guys. I still made a choice every day to figure out how I'm going to get around the type of people that, hey, I have a deficit here because I got ambition. That's all I got. I don't have credit. But it's some people out there that have money. It's people out there that want to give people money to make them money, and I couldn't even fathom that at the time. I used to read a book that was called OPM. I remember it was a green and yellow book about how to use other people's money. And I couldn't wrap my head around why somebody would want to give somebody else their money. That didn't make sense to me. And now I have to turn people's money away. See what I'm trying to tell y'all is you have to open your mind, because you don't know what you don't know. You don't. And it's so many ways. You got to learn to think outside the box. I needed to rub shoulders with a particular person or a class of people that had more than I had to offer. I had again, from a monetary standpoint, from a credit standpoint, nothing. But guess what? There was days that I took my laptop and I went to a nice hotel in Buckhead, sat in the lobby, used their Wi-Fi, couldn't order anything but a glass of water. But I put on a nice outfit, and I looked the part, and I met great people, and there were some deals that took place because I put myself in position. I didn't worry about what I lacked and what I didn't have. I sought what I needed. And so I just wanted to share that today, man. If you're around people that's not stretching your mind or your ability to think any other way than what you normally do, you have to add some people to your circle. And in no way did I make this to try to offend. I'm actually wanting to just, because I know if she feels this way, and if those are excuses are something that tie her down. I got plenty of friends, right? Family friends. I meet people on a regular basis, and I see this mindset so often. And I just want to encourage you guys today to let that fly, right? If instead of saying I can't do this, I don't have that, whatever, the question needs to be, how can I? And not just a question. You need to start seeking the answer, because it is out there. I have gotten in situations that I've known nothing about. Click of Google, click of the mouse, going on Google, going on Yahoo or whatever, and then implementing what I learned to try to see if it's so, to try to see if, guess what, does that really work? All right, yes, it does. Does that really work? No, it doesn't. Or this is how it, maybe I submitted it the way that I thought it would work, because that's how I seen it online. And then the attorney came back and told me, hey, these two things are incorrect, or this is incorrect. I can't use this because X, Y, and Z. And guess what? Now I know the correct X, Y, and Z, and I just learned how to do it, right? So I got a free lesson that I taught myself because I was not scared to step into fear. I wasn't scared to act in spite of my fear. And I'm telling y'all, people, something that's very awesome that's on the other side of fear. Period. And I am telling you, everything I'm speaking of is from experience. It's not what I have heard. It's not what I've Googled. Stuff I've Googled is tried and true. I've done it myself, or I wouldn't be wanting to sit right here and tell you guys this, and again, some of you guys don't know me. Some of you guys only see what you see on Facebook or Instagram. which may not be a whole lot, but I'm trying to tell y'all what let some of my experiences be a teacher. Let some of my experiences or some of the things that you've seen me do verify what is possible, right? I'm from a small town, grew up in government housing, food stamps with my mom for a period of time, food stamps for myself for a period of time. Man, you name it. I've talked about some of the other struggles that I've went through, and there's some other things that I cannot wait to share. I cannot wait to share because your girl been through some stuff, baby. And but anyway, y'all, I just wanted to put that out there, man. We got to change this thinking and start trying to figure out how versus, talking about all the reasons why things won't work or why we can't do something, and get around people that's going to stretch your mind, stretch your thinking. Anyway, guys, y'all have a good day. Look, I got my little pen. Let me make it stop.